The Galactic Combat Academy's training hall fell silent as Nora wiped the purple blood from her knuckles. What remained of Zextar the Destroyer, formerly the most feared warrior in the Andromeda sector, twitched once before going still on the polished floor. "Did she just?" whispered a crystalline observer from the viewing deck. "Pulled his spine clean out," confirmed a four-armed Keelian instructor, all four hands trembling as he made notes on his datapad. Alexander pushed through the crowd of alien spectators, his boots echoing in the suddenly quiet arena. He'd seen Nora fight before, but this was different. This was personal. "You okay?" he asked, offering her a towel. Nora's green eyes were still blazing with fury. "He shouldn't have touched my hair," she said simply, as if that explained everything. To her it did. The whole mess had started 3 weeks ago when Earth's first contingent of soldiers arrived at the Academy. The Galactic Federation had been skeptical about humanity's application to join their elite military ranks. Humans were small, relatively weak, and had only recently achieved faster-than-light travel. Most species viewed them as amusing pets rather than potential warriors. Zextar had been the loudest skeptic. Standing 8 feet tall with chitinous armor and razor-sharp claws, the insectoid warrior had made it his personal mission to humiliate every human in training. He'd knocked Alexander unconscious twice, sent 3 other humans to the medical bay, and seemed to take particular pleasure in targeting the women. "Soft little mammals," he would hiss in his translated voice, his mandibles clicking with amusement. "Your females are especially pathetic. In my culture, we eat the weak." Most of the human trainees had learned to avoid him. Most, but not Nora. She'd grown up in the orbital colonies around Jupiter, where artificial gravity meant you fought for every ounce of strength you could build. Her father had been a mining engineer, her mother a terraforming specialist. Both had taught her that in space you either adapted or you died. The Academy's gravity was set to galactic standard, roughly 1.3 times Earth normal. While other humans struggled, Nora moved like she was dancing. Her compact frame and low center of gravity gave her advantages the larger aliens couldn't anticipate. But it was her mind that made her truly dangerous. "Humans are fascinating," Dr. Veltar, the Academy's xenopsychologist, had noted in his reports. "They possess something we call adaptive aggression. When threatened, they don't just fight back, they escalate. They find ways to turn their opponent's strengths into weaknesses." The final confrontation had been inevitable. It started during advanced combat training. Nora was sparring with a Therian warrior, a 7-foot-tall feline humanoid with natural agility and razor-sharp reflexes. She was holding her own, using her smaller size to stay inside his reach when Zextar decided to interfere. "This is boring," he announced, stepping into the ring uninvited. "Let me show you how a real warrior fights." The Therian backed away immediately. No one argued with Zextar. No one except Nora. "I'm not finished with my match," she said, not even turning to look at him. Zextar's laugh was like grinding metal. "Your match is finished, little mammal. You're finished." His claw shot out and grabbed a handful of her dark hair, yanking her backward. "Perhaps you need to learn respect." Alexander started forward, but Nora's voice stopped him cold. "Don't." Her tone was perfectly calm, which somehow made it more terrifying. "This is mine." What happened next would be debated in tactical courses for generations. Nora didn't struggle against the grip on her hair. Instead, she used it as an anchor, spinning in place and driving her elbow backward into Zextar's thorax. The chitinous armor cracked and green fluid leaked out. Zextar released her hair and staggered back, more surprised than hurt. "You dare—" He never finished the sentence. Nora had studied every species in the Academy. She knew that Zextari had segmented spines, that their exoskeletons were strongest against frontal attacks but vulnerable at the joints, and that their neural clusters were located at specific vertebral intersections. She moved faster than anyone thought a human could move. Her hands found the gap between his head and thorax, her fingers locating the precise pressure points. Zextar tried to swat her away, but she was already inside his guard, already committed. The sound was wet and final. "Holy void," breathed Commander Zendai, the Academy's director. The ancient warrior had seen combat across 3 galaxies, but he'd never seen anything quite like this. Alexander helped Nora to her feet. Around them, alien cadets were backing away, their earlier dismissive attitudes replaced by something approaching terror. "The humans," one whispered to another. "They're not what they seem." None of them are, came the reply. Commander Zendai stepped into the arena, his 6 legs carrying him carefully around the remains of what had been his star pupil. He studied Nora with new respect. Cadet Nora, he said formally. That was impressive. However, Zextar was scheduled to graduate next week. He was meant to lead a battalion against the Void Spawn. Nora met his gaze steadily. Then you'll need someone better to replace him. The commander's mandibles twitched in what might have been amusement. Indeed, it seems the Federation has underestimated your species. Alexander stepped forward. With respect, sir, you've underestimated more than our combat abilities. You've underestimated our willingness to do whatever it takes to protect each other. And our creativity when it comes to violence, Nora added helpfully, still holding Zextar's spine. The commander looked around the silent arena, at the alien faces filled with newfound wariness and respect. Earth's application to join the Galactic Federation's military had been approved based on potential. Now he understood that potential came with a warning label. Humans didn't just adapt to survive. They adapted to win. Class dismissed, he announced. And someone please clean up this mess. As the arena emptied, Alexander and Nora walked toward the exit together. So, Alexander said conversationally, think they'll still question whether humans belong here? Nora glanced back at the purple stain spreading across the training floor. I doubt it. But if they do, I've got plenty more hair for them to pull. Alexander laughed despite himself. Humanity had just announced its arrival on the galactic stage, and the message was clear. Underestimate humans at your own peril. Behind them, alien janitors approached the mess with visible reluctance. Word would spread quickly through the academy, then to the fleet, then across the galaxy itself. Earth's children had come to play, and they played for keeps.